go. WWJ Whipping with Joe. Welcome to the island of Kauai, Hawaii. Garden Island. Okay, today we're sporting a Travella, Shimano Travella jigging rod. This is a 6'6", medium heavy rod. Action, medium fast. And the reason why we use this is because we've got a bigger popper. But anyway, we got a spare 6,000 SW fitted with 20 and 50 pound bait on the top end. This top end here, 50 pound bait, is about 125 yards. We've got a uni knot to the power swivel, a surgeon's knot, and then we got about 3-4 feet a leader of 80 pound Indy mono, and then we got a Rapala loop knot, and then of course this is from Gary, a brand new spanking out of the box Kaku lure. I'm not sure what the name of this one is, but it's made for big fish. That's why I had to go to the 6,000. Because if you're going to do some of this, you're going to need something bigger equipment. Pop this one in. So anyway, we're going to see. This is not my. I'm going to try a crank and pop, and I don't think they'll work because the cup is too big. Well, you could do a crank and pop, but it's really very slow compared to like a regular orca or a regular Kaku. So you can actually pop it. You can't crank and pop. This is too slow, but you could. I think this more type is made for actually like a pull and drag type. So we'll try five caps. One. This is two. Just get one lane loose over here. Looking for the record of me loop. Crank and pop, but slow boat. Slow boat crank and pop because the cup is big. It's very hard to crank. See it on the top of the surface. This is two. It can be done. It's hard on the wrist though, on the arm, because you can't be doing this a couple hours. That's for sure. 1 hour. It'll hurt. This is three. Turn about 50 yards. Trying to do a crank and pop, but very difficult to pull it. To crank it that fast, especially when there's current. So, we're trying. This is more, like I said, made for pull and drag mode. So this is crank and pop, trying with a crank and pop technique. Can't do it a bigger cup. Okay, so this is three. This is four. It's a 90-gram lure that Gary sent me in this new series here. It looks good though. I like the black, I like the silver, I like anything else. Most of my lures are black. Love the black one. Okay, this is four, I think. See some bait fish here. I'm trying to do a crank and pop, but you can't do it too long. It's going to hurt. So this is five here. And we're going to pull and drag over here. We turn around 50 yards. I got a side wind right now. Trying to do a crank and pop. You won't be able to do this too long. It's bad in the forearms. Okay, so we're going to go back to the pull and drag here. Okay, so we're going to pull and drag mode. Pull and drag, crank toward the lure and pull it toward you with the butt in your shoulder here, so it don't feel like a longer butt. Mine's short. And then all you do now is pull the lure toward you. Stop cranking, pull it toward you. Crank toward the lure, pull back, and you want to do it your whole body with the rod being stationary actually. And just have your body pull, otherwise you'll be hurting your arms. So just hold your right arm steady and just pull and crank. I could call this a drag and drag and pop and drag mode. Pull and drag we call it. Okay, this is two. This is the way to do this lure. That's about it. It's not made for crank and pop. The cup's too big. So it's crank forward to the lure, pull back. Crank forward to the pull back, but you're having your whole body move. Whole top, upper torso. Moving with your legs and hips. Otherwise you'll have your sore arms. You can do this all day probably at most. Pull and drag, we're trying to see something big. GTs like slower poppers. Okay, so this is two. We got some action there. You can see on the top of the surface too. This is three here. Pull, crank toward the lure, pull back. Crank toward the lure, pull back. With your whole body, upper torso, arms straight, pulling the rod. All body movements almost, just upper torso and legs, leg movement. Hardly any arms, just a cranking. Arms is all stationary. That's the best way to do it. Okay, straight, I think it is. This is 4. Made for something big. Made for something big. This is 4. 5. Yep, we just got nice a fish to strike here. It's the hardest part. See a lot of bait fish though. Let's try one more here. We're gonna try a couple, man. 5 to 6, 10 here. 6. I just get this pull and drag boat. Pull, crank forward, pull back, crank forward, pull back, crank forward, pull back. It's not my. I don't normally do this type, but because of the popper, and I told Gary that I didn't want to pop anything bigger than a 2-ounce lure. I figure if you're gonna catch a fish, that's a proper beat to be, proper fish to be. Not bigger than 2 ounces. Makes it easier. This is 7. It's low tide here. We're looking for a popper. A lot of action here. A lot of action. A lot of wave action. A lot of churning here. A lot of churning. 8. This is 9. Now the pull and drag mode here. Pull, crank and pull. Crank forward to the lure and pull back. And with your body. Your body do the action here. Okay. If you had one in here, you would have had a strike. I believe if they're going to be there, they're going to be there. Last one. Anyway, that's WWJ, Whipping with Joe from the island of Kauai. Anyway, we were sporting a Travella jigging rod, 6'6", medium heavy, fast action, with a Spheros 6000 KSW. And then we were testing out the new out of the box Kaku lure from Gary. Look at this, man. This is made for some big stuff here. I think the spugger is about 90 grams if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we got that one there. Anyway, again, thank you for watching WWJ Whipping with Joe. New Kaku lure from Kaku Lures.